I don't know, you asked me a question, here's my answer. I don't think everybody can be impacted the same. That's why I think the volumetric use was put into place. So that people using more water are affected more than people using less water. That's the way it works, and that's the way it should work.
Quantity, instead of a quantity discount, it's a quantity escalation.
I don't understand your
The
terminology.
more you use, the higher you pay per unit.
Well, yeah, the higher tier, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the way.
Well,
that's
maybe
the way
on
we put it
water,
on.
I mean, I can see the purpose of that in some instances on water, but, you know, if you went into Walmart and if you bought 2, they cost you 20 cents, you know?
Yeah.
And if you bought 10, they cost you 40 cents
Yeah,
a
the
piece.
logistics of items coming from China are different than the water coming out of the ground, so.
So I would think it sounds like we need to get a meter
I
out
think we
there.
have a viable
Yeah.
solution.
And that would definitely bring your costs down. That 50% usage on the dust control, and then that would take the usage off the 2.5, or the 2-inch and the 1.5, and that would drop you into a lower tier.
What would exclude him from putting a hydrant on his 1.5-inch line?
A hydrant would have to have a 6-inch
6-inch
lateral
line?
serving it.
Okay,
And that would be,
so that'd come off the 10-inch?
Yeah, come off the 10-inch line.
because the other stuff, other people are using they've still got their lines running in using that as well, aside from the,
Yeah, I don't see their water bill, so I don't know what their consumption is. They're probably for sure running it, because they got trailers out there, and toilet, I mean, they got stuff out there, and you know, they're using theirs for ready mix. And so they're not going into ponds or anything with it. So I'd say they're probably hardline as far as the ready mix, but they do have tanks and things out there. So they could fill them with a water truck as well. And, all I know is that the water truck always has ran in and out of there, and it's because the hydrant's right there at the entryway, and they fill up with it, you know. And it takes probably a little longer to fill with that fire hydrant than it does a water tank, but a better way to do that is to put a water tank there by the fire hydrant and fill out of the water tank.
so if we get a fire hydrant out there, will that make you happy?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if we wanna pay to put a hydrant
Yeah.
out
I'm not
there.
paying to
You
put
got
a hydrant out
you
there.
got $70,000 in impact fees.
But you would be able to get rid of one of your meters, right, if you hooked on to, if your use was 50% of that, you'd be taking off one of those meters, correct?
Might as well.
That's what you would, I
Might as
mean,
well get-
realistically,
Might
right?
as well get rid of the inch. Might as well get rid of the 1.5 one, I guess.
Right, whatever would work out for you.
Yeah.
And the hydrant, you know, typically the installation on that, you're looking at about, $3,000 bucks. I mean, based on the ones that we've done in the past with
That's
the
what it
city,
would cost to get a hydrant?
theoretically, right. Now, with it being in the county, you'd have to go through the, you know,
My
county.
yeah is my water bill out there sizable, comparable to other people you got out there, or you got all kinds of people spending that kind of money?
Well, I was just gonna show this chart that Kevin made, and I'm looking at your 2-inch meter. In 2015, you ran 17,422 gallons,
Million.
That's K.
Million.
That's K.
million.
And the other,
And the other customer that's out there, like your business, in his 1.5-inch meter, he ran 15,000,
Million.
15,969,000 gallons. So that's, I mean, I understand the difference between a 2-inch meter and a 1.5-inch meter, okay, so don't go there. All I'm saying is, they're running more water, or as much water, through their
No, you-
regular meter as you
I'm
are, and their construction meter is not that much more than yours.
My 2-inch meter.
No, his construction meter
my 2-inch meter, I'm
No,
using,
these two combined.
Does he have a copy of Kevin's
Yeah.
chart?
Okay, yes.
This?
them, the confusing thing, Nephi, them are 1,000 gallons, and
Right.
And I used 30,976 thousand. You got 1,000 times that.
I'm looking at this chart that was
Right
part
there.
of the backup, and it was made, available to the public before this meeting started.
Right, the 2-inch and the 1.5 together is about 22,000. And this one here combined is about 20,200.
What, my point is this,
So the other usage was
my
considerably
point
less.
is
Right,
this.
was that.
Would you let me make my
Yes,
point?
go ahead.
Thank you. My point is this. Only about a quarter of the other customer's water is flowing through that construction meter.
Through the construction meter.
The fire hydrant.
The fire hydrant, construction meter. Only
Fire
about 25% of their water usage is actually
Well, I don't-
flowing through their
I
construction
don't-
meter, so that your statement that all of their water is flowing through the construction meter is totally inaccurate. Only 25% of their water is flowing through that construction
I
meter
didn't- I
at the
didn't-
lower fee.
I didn't know what percentage was going into it, because I knew they had water plumbed into them. I'm just saying
That's the point I'm
they're
trying
always
to-
watering their roads and stuff internally with the water truck.
Right.
The point I'm trying to make you understand is this.
Right.
Just look at the
The,
chart up there.
the
Yeah, it's.
customer
The
that
other
is,
customer, if you just look at the chart up there, it's explaining it. 2015,
exactly, thank you.
you're actually less, you're paying less than what the other customer actually is. With your meters in 15 and 16.
Hang on.
You're actually paying less money than they are.
Okay, well, you know, maybe they're happy with a 70% price increase overnight. I mean, they're doing ready mix, getting $125 a yard rather than doing gravel, getting $5 a ton, you know? I can't speak for them.
That's
I'm
my
here for
point
me.
right there in terms of your
It's a
request.
simple.
That's my point right there.
So
I'll be quiet.
Well, throw out your idea.
Well, I mean, I think the solution's simple. I think, you know, if you'll put in a meter and use that to water
A hydrant?
the hydrant, the hydrant with the construction meter, and he uses that to water his roads and keep the dust down, I think that's what you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
That'll go along with that, yeah.
Okay.
That'd be a big help. That'd be a big help. But don't give me back the $50,000 dell that's been since the time this happened.
I'm sorry,
Price
that's
increase.
not gonna happen, but.
Yeah, unfortunately, that won't.
But I think it's interesting that you look at this comparison because it negates a lot of your discussion in my mind when you're actually paying less than they are.
Well, they're a lot different application than mine. They're doing ready mix material where they actually have to
I don't care
run
what you
fresh
do.
water into concrete, and it's a high percentage of water, and it goes out the gate. And
Yeah, but
That's
mine is-
immaterial to
mine is
me.
construction water research.
That's immaterial to me. The way they use the water, what they use it for, is immaterial to me. Okay? If you wanna set up an exact situation as the other customer, then you are comparing apples to apples. Until then, you're apples and oranges.
What are you talking about the other customer for,
Right there.
to me?
So anyway,
I
I think
don't,
Right there.
yeah, I know, but why is the other customer being brought up to me?
Because you brought him up to us.
No, I just said that there was a hydrant down there, and they were using that hydrant to water their roads and stuff, and I don't know what else they was using it for. That's what I said.
Well, I think.
And they're paying the $3.75 for that amount of water, you know?
they're
Oh, the whole
paying,
John
they're
Doe
actually
pump.
paying
Oh.
more than what you are through a 1.5 or a 2-inch when you look at the rates. Because they're paying $375 per thousand. An 1.5 inch, you can go up to 30,000 gallons and only pay $2. You go up to 90,000 from 31 to 90,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
only paying $250.
but I'm up to that in 12 hours.